Just like so.
Ikwats ban Yahawah ban Yashara.
Ikwats ban Yahawah ban Yashara. Grab a chair. So to the left.
Laya Charla.
Majum. Before you have the turn to face the east.
The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemaya.
Shabbat Shemaya.
Kadash. Hayah.
I.S.U.P.K.
Yahawah. Malak Waka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Slakia. Ratazaka. Hayah. I.S.U.P.K. By our Rataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bahasha. Natha. Lanawa. Lakab. Ka. Yawam. Wasalak Lanawa. Kawa Nawa. Kasanak Nawa. Kawa Yanawa. Wala'awa. Tabaya Anawa. Banasai Yawan. Abba. Hawa Shanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahathapa Ahra. La'aiwa Lamya. Aman.
In English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahawah, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts. We forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever. So be it.
Amen. Yahabasha. Salaki. The power. Hakak, the power. Yahawah. Bahasha. Yahawah. Babukusha. Nathan Namnawa. Hakak. Larapa'a. Ka. Maka Allah. That's interesting. Slakia. Ka Makala. Waka. Waka Madawa. Haka. Latahar. Ha Matazariah. Haka. Lahaka Koyam. Hamathayam. Haka. Al. Wakawat. Hatama'ala. Lagarasha. Bahasha. Yahawah. The water. Aman.
In English. Yahawah.
Yahawah.
The name Yahawah. Please give us the power.
The
power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. Power to cleanse lepers. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahawah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. The blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Salakia. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why? How?
Why?
Allah. Hayam.
Hayam.
Tazabaya.
Tazabaya.
Alawat. Yahanna.
Yahanna.
Ha'ala Watya.
Ha'alawapya.
Hasaranya.
Ha'hasaranya.
Hakwataza Yanyam.
Ha'kwatazayanyam.
Haka'aya Yayayam.
Ha'ayayam.
Wa'akawatyam.
Wa'akwathya.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashah.
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahushua.
Kawada.
Wa.
Aman.
Amen. In English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanders in Yahanna.
Commanders in Yahanna.
Generals.
The generals.
Captains.
Captains.
The officers.
officers,
Troopers.
the troopers.
And assistants.
And assistants.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
And then Yahushua.
And then Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharyam.
Al-Haharyam.
Ma'ayam.
Ma'ayam.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'ay. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Sabiyah.
Shamayam.
Shemayam.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
Al-Yatha.
Al-Yatha.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Wagalka.
Ugalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah. Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashad.
Yayashab.
Shawamar.
Sharamah.
Yasharala.
Yashala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yah.
Al-Yah.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamyam.
Yawanyam.
Hashemamash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Lakaka. Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makah. Ra.
Makara.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Napashka.
Asnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'atka.
Taza'atka.
Wabawa'aka.
Waba'aka.
Matha.
Matha.
Why?
Why?
I wallow.
I will love you. English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From which cometh my help.
From which comes my help.
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help comes from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth
Israel.
Israel.
Neither slumber.
Neither slumber.
Nor sleep.
Nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore. Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damakya. Laka.
Al-Damalaka.
Al-Thakarat.
Al-Tashakwash.
Wa al-Thashakwat.
Al-Tashakwa.
Al-Kayahana.
Al-Kayahana.
Al-Wayabayaka.
Al-Wayayabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
El-Amaka.
Al-Amaka.
Yairayam Wam.
Rayam.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Ya'atazawa.
Al-Tazawa.
El-Tazapanwa Yanka.
Al-Tazapanya.
Amara.
Amara.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawata Zawa. Laba.
Laba.
Lakaagwa. El Yaka. Baryath.
Baryath.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahaya.
Ahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Yashama.
Yashama.
Alaya, Wa'aba, Wahagaraya, Gaba, Wamago, Wamalak, Palasha, I'm Yashabaya, Tazawa, Gam Ashawa, Nalawa, Amam, Hayawa, Zarawat, Labanya, Lawat, Salat, Ashalaha, Kamadia, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabaya, Wanaka, Kayashwa, Nasha Madwa, Waya, the Arab, Hayawa, the Ba, La'adaba, Shayathamya, Nada, Yatmadwa, Kara, Wakaza'aba, Wakazaba'a, Wakataza, Anai, Ka, Nasayakawa, Asha, Ashmafwa, Nayashara, Lanawa, Na'awat, Alahaya, Shaya Thawa, Kagal Kala, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Ka'ash, Baba Ira, Yara, Wakala Haba, Falaha, Hara Yam, Kad, Thyrodipum, Basai Raka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Taba La Halam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kuala Wan, Waya, Makwashwa, Shibka, Yahawa, Shabashwa, Waya Bahawa, Adiyahad, Waya Kapara, Waya Adwawa, Waya Dawa, Kaya Atha, Shibka, Yahawa, Labadka, Alawa, Alakaha Atarataza.
Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence,
O God.
O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still.
Be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo,
Thy
enemies,
enemies
make a tumult, and they that hate thee, have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together. With one consent. They have confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. You went to the Midianites. Sarah, to Jabin, at the brook of Kisol, is pierced at Endor. They become as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Ze'ed. Yea, all their princes like Zabah, and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as a stubble for the wind, as a fire burning for wood, as a fire setteth the mountains on fire. It's like it. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Cover their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded. In trouble forever. Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
perish.
That men may know.
That thou,
Whose name
whose name
alone is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the Most High
the Most High,
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Yeshavia, it's turn. You may be seated. Or Saul, turn. Yeshavia, you may be seated. Put your phone on you, right? We are picking up at 2 Kings chapter 16, verse 20. 2 Kings chapter 16, verse 20. We know that this was, picking up after Ahaz. Ahaz, you know what I'm saying? He had reigned for a period of time, of course, though. So this is that time period in which that Ahaz. We've been reading about the struggle that has been going on back and forth, through Israel, of course, though. Those who wanted power, those who tried to usurp power, those who led, inappropriately, of course. And when I say inappropriately, meaning like they were not keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. They allowed the people not to keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Some of them were given a time period in order to fix it, of course. And guess what? They did not fix it. That same thing applies to us. That same thing applies to you, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Make sure you adhere to this Bible. Make sure you adhere to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Once again, this is 2 Kings chapter 16. Start at verse 20. We're going to read the first 7 in Hebrew from the officer.
Verse 20. It's right here. Right. God. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. Yahweh.
YAHANNA. This is the very first is YAHANNA.
Salakia. Y.A.H.K. Yahweh.
We're reading verse 20.
Okay.
2 Kings chapter 16. Verse 20.
Oh, Salakia.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Con. That's 17. So yeah.
Chapter 16.
There you go. Right there.
God. Y.A.H.K. Y.A.H.K. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K.
That's I'm.
It's like I'm. Ash.
I was
I.S.U.P.K. The Yah.
I was Yahweh.
Abaya the Wa. Kwa. Kara.
Kubar.
Kobar. I.S.U.P.K. I'm. The Yar.
Yahweh.
Abaya the Wa. Bayar. Dawda. Wayam Lot.
Malak.
Wayamalak.
the
That's a ka.
ka. It's like kaza quaza qua ya ha
Yahweh.
Yahweh
This is the Yahweh.
ka.
That's a quote Yahweh.
Next verse. Right here.
Yeah, you got that.
Oh, right. So it's like
Banawa.
Banawa.
That's Banawa.
Banawa. The ka sha
Thakatha.
takasha
Thakatha Yawa.
takathayawa. It's like next verse.
2 Kings 17, verse 1.
Kind. Bashanat Shatayam Aishara La Kaz. That was verse La Kaz. La Kaza. Malak. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Malak. Hawashai. Ban Allah. Basha Marwa.
Bashamaran.
Bashamaran. Al Yasharala. Tashai. Shanayam. Wayam.
When you read a new verse, you should just say verse 2.
Slakia, verse 2.
So just the reason why is for those that are trying to follow along, if they get lost, if they don't know where you're at, you kind of give them a reset point when you say verse 2. We're reading the Hebrew. This isn't a language that, we read on a regular basis, of course, though. That's what the Sabbath is for us to teach our people, once again, our customs, our ways, though. With that comes instructions, though. So go ahead and continue to lock it.
Khan, verse 2. Wayash. Wayaish. Harai. By Banaya. Yahweh. Rakah. La Balanya. Yasharala. Ashar. Hayan.
Hayawa.
It's like a Hayawa. That's a word. Lapanawa. Verse 3. Ilaya. La Yalam Yalama na sha sar Malak Ashawar Wayahaya La Hawa Shai Ibar Shop Lak Minor Ka. It's like a Manaka. Verse 4. Wayom Taza A Malak Ashawar Bahawa Shai Quashar Aishar Shalak Mala Basham
Kayum.
Kayum Al Sawa Malak Mataza Right Yum Wala'a Hayala'a Manaka Lamala Ashawar Bashana Wayai Taza Raha. I can't remember. Waya Taza Raha.
Well, yeah, it has a
So like a Waya Azaraha. Malak Aishawar Waya Asa Ra'a Wa Bayath Bala'a
Kalaha.
so like Kalaha Waya
Verse 5.
so like in verse 5 Waya all Malak Ashawar Bun Bakal Hasharataza Rataza. So like right Rataza. Why y'all? Why y'all? Sham Shawa Shamara Waya Tazar I la ya shala shanayam Shalah Shanayam Kanawakan. Verse 9. Basha Bashana Hatha Ya Sharai Ya Lahawa wa Shara like Bar Malak Ashawar Ash Shamawar Warrior God Ath Yashar Yashara Yasharala, correct, sir? Yasharala. Yasharala. Ashawara. Ashawara. Washab. Atham. Wayashab. Atham. Balak. Baklak. Bakalak. Wabaka. Bawar. Wabakawar. Nahar. Gawatza. Gawazan. Wa'ash Sharia. Mariah.
That's Mariah.
Mariah. What? Right. Wa'aria. Kana.
And then
Verse 7.
That's Madia.
Madia. Kana. Oh, that D. Madia. Verse 7. Wayahaya. Baya.
Kaya.
Kaya. Bataza, right? Bataza, Benaya, Yasharala, Hawa, Alahayam, Hamaya, Laya, Hamalai, Atham, Ma'arataza, Matazariah, Mathakak, Yada, Pariah, Malak, Matazariah, Raya, Alayam, Akarayam. That's it. Akarayam.
Most High in Christ.
Verse 8.
That's it.
That's it.
Most High in Christ. Go ahead and read the 7 in English.
The water. 17. Right. Verse 17. Sir.
16 20 right there.
Go. This is 2 Kings chapter 16, verse 20. And Ahaz slept with his fathers and was buried. And Ahaz slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And Hezekiah, his son, reigned in his stead. Verse 17. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. 2, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Verse 3. So it was 3. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. 4. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. 5. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. 6. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Gazan and the cities of the Medes. 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of the Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods. 8.
No, it's 16, 20 through 17 and 7. So we'll start from verse 20. So we'll break it down now. So as we read, of course, though, the king of Judah, Ahaz, you know what I'm saying, is now dead. Not because, you know what I'm saying, well, it was just more or less it was his time. You know, he reigned. He didn't fully depart from the wickedness as previously. And this is the thing to recognize and realize. They say as you get older, you get wiser, right?
God.
But there's some old hoes out there. Yes, I'm speaking of women. There are some older women, older females who have grown up to get worse in their way of thinking. Oh, I should have did this. I should have did that. And they'll tell the younger, woman to go out and take advantage and, whore themselves and whatever else though. When you get older, sometimes you get looser on what you will and will not allow. Mostly you allow more than you usually would, of course. That's just because it's like, I don't have it in me, to chastise, to correct, or whatever else though. So even here, as we see with Ahaz, I don't fully recall if he had did, right for a period of time, but we know ultimately, he ended up following the ways of other nations, of other, other kingdoms, other gods, of course. And of course, he died. So go ahead and read verse 20. 16, verse 20. 2 Kings chapter 16, verse 20.
God, 2 Kings chapter 16, verse 20. And Ahaz slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David.
So as you can see here, there's the tradition. What happens? When you die, you get buried, with your fathers. It has happened, of course, though. At some point in time, hopefully you start to carry on after, the acts of your forefathers, the ones who are doing what they're supposed to, right? There's traditions that we're supposed to keep. There's actions, there's laws that we're supposed to keep, feast days, so on and so forth. Go ahead.
And Hezekiah, his son, reigned in his stead.
And as you can see, whatever the father has, typically it's passed on to, the children. First, the firstborn, down so on and so forth. The firstborn is supposed to disperse whatever, how they should, how they see fit accordingly, right? So here it is, Hezekiah, who's now going to rule instead of his father, who is now deceased. His father's now dead. He's going to rule over Judah. That's us, the southern kingdom. You knuckleheaded, blacks, you West Indians, the ones from, Trinidad, Tobago, you hard-headed ones, you understand? You Rastafarians, you knuckleheaded, Jake, as we usually call it. Ahaz, son Hezekiah now had to rule over us. Let's see, what happens, what comes of it. Verse 17 or chapter 17.
Chapter 17. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel.
So now we have a ruler of Israel. As you can see, like these, what we're reading, this history, they parallel each other. It parallels each other, of course, though. So hey, as things are going on in Israel, right, with the northern kingdoms, my Latino brothers and sisters, right, from Issachar, to Asher, Naphtali, our Spanish speaking, our Portuguese speaking, of course, brothers and sisters. That's who we're referencing right now. We're talking about Israel, just in case if I did not know. In regards to the southern kingdom, which is Judah, that is, basically Jake. Keep going.
Samaria over Israel 9 years.
So his reign was for 9 years. Keep going.
Verse 2. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord.
Right. So this is, and it's wild for you to say verse 2, it just lets people know, especially when you read like how it says Israel 9 years, then you say 2, kind of click through people off. But he did, not, as he was supposed to, which was keep the laws of the Most High. But here's the thing. It said he didn't do as much evil. Read that one more time.
2, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord.
Keep going.
but not as the kings of Israel that were before him.
I'm just saying, it sounds like it's just like, oh, well, you know what? I just told a little white lie. Oh, just a little white lie. We're gonna get into that, by the way. We're gonna get into the little white lie. You understand? This is a story of a sister, you know what I'm saying, who grew up living a little white lie. You know about it, right? All right, listen, man, this is heavy because it's something that's been going on, you know what I'm saying, with our people for the longest. Now you have other nations who are coming over, piggybacking off of everything that we have done and saying, oh, well, we're the original people. We don't give a damn who you claim to be, of course, though, because we know that all of this has been, you know, a little white lie. You understand? Like, we're the children of Israel, but yet we can't publicly go out there and say, you know what I'm saying, you know, the Jews are black, right? I mean, we're reading it out of the Bible. We're reading it out of the scriptures. We're, you know, the prophets, you know, they're from, you know, a land called Niger. You understand? Which is the term for what? Black. This is out of the scriptures. But yet, when we come out here and we speak about it, you know, our voices, you know, are shut up. Suddenly the internet doesn't work. Suddenly, you know what I'm saying, the algorithm that spreads this information, you know what I'm saying, you know, gets canceled out, of course, though. And that's where, you know, we're going to continue to go out and we're going to speak this truth. Why? Because that's what it says we're supposed to do, though. You understand? Not be quiet, not hold your voice, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you're going to destroy a family. Well, listen, my family has been destroyed prior to your family being destroyed. And of course, you know, they say 2 wrongs don't make it right. Well, I don't give a damn. I'm not wrong for bringing out the truth. You understand? We're bringing out the truth, of course. So here it is, you know what I'm saying? Who was it? Hosea, you know what I'm saying, who is doing evil, maybe not as quite, you know, evil. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe he stopped with, you know, open prostitution and stuff, though. Maybe he has, you know, brothels now. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he has brothels, or maybe he has sex workers. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, he's not doing, strip clubs, but maybe he's doing peep shows. You understand? Oh, wait, isn't that is that not what we have today? Something that they call OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? You know, Redfish. I don't know, whatever those websites. Y'all know the websites. Give me some of the sites that they got out there. So that y'all know the sites now, huh? All right. They got all these different, you know, sexual deviancies going on during that time period, of course, though. I don't know if that was happening right here with him under his rulership, though. But the same things that was going on then are happening now. They may have, you know what I'm saying, where you slide open, oh, give me £1. Okay, you get £1, you know what I'm saying, and you get 2 sundials. You understand? Like, that's the type of stuff that may have been going on during that time period, though. It's just a different version of the technology, of course, though, right? We went from having a telephone that was in the house, ring, 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 you know what I'm saying, to having what? What's those things that used to be on the corners? Phone booths, pay phones, right? You know what I'm saying? To having, you know what I'm saying, the suitcase cell phones. Then we had, you know what I'm saying, the flip phones. You know, now, you know what I'm saying, what are these cell phones, man, these smartphones and whatever else is, of course, though. These are the forms of communications. It's just evolution in time. Didn't they have carrier pigeons at one point in time? Didn't they have walkie-talkies at one point in time? I mean, the police still use walkie-talkies, right? CB radios. Those are still, and in fact, those are probably going to stick around if all other technology, you know what I'm saying, drops off. Why? What's the significance of, you know, those CB radios? I mean, yeah. But what's significant about it? I would presume that you would know your quantity. No sweat. So, you know, most communications can be interrupted, of course, though, but those CB, you know what I'm saying, long range radios, they work in almost all, you know what I'm saying, you know, conditions. You understand? Their range, you know, is pretty significant. So no matter if you got a geothermal storm going on or whatever, you're going to be able to communicate somehow, some form of fashion, of course, though. So the technology has just advanced according to the times. You understand? That's it. That's all we're reading about. You know, we got to stop making stuff so complex. It's not possible for it. Jesus, baby Jesus was a miracle. Hey, how old were you when you lost your virginity, right? You were 12? You were 13? You were 16. So Mary, I'm saying, and Joseph was what? 2 16, 18-year-old, you know what I'm saying, children, you know, hey, they about to get married. They about to, you know what I'm saying, be whatever with one another. So what happens? They had sex. And from a sex, you know what I'm saying, they what? A child is born. A child is born. You understand? Go ahead, keep reading that.
God. 3. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. 4. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So king of Egypt and brought no present to the king of Assyria.
Wait. Now, what didn't happen in here? Now, remember the story, you know what I'm saying, when the Ahaz, you know what I'm saying, was in rulership, he did what? He reached out to whom? Who did Ahaz reach out to? You see anybody y'all paying attention?
King of Assyria.
King of Assyria. What for? What reasons did he reach out? Right. He was being assaulted on 2 fronts, right? He was being assaulted, you know what I'm saying, by 2 different armies, of course, though. He said, listen, I could take care of one, though, but, you know, I'm going to take care of 2 at the same time. You know what? Let me reach out, you know what I'm saying, over here to the king of Assyria. And, of course, in return, what did he do? He paid tribute. There was a tribute that was paid, of course, though. You understand? And here it is now that he's given a tribute to a different king. He's given tribute to another king. The king of who?
Assyria, sir.
No, the king of Egypt. He sent a message to the king of Egypt, but he sent nothing to the king of Syria. Hey, man, yo, what's going on here? After I done helped you maintain your kingdom, of course, you're going to reach out and you're going to show respect. You're going to show honor. You're going to give tribute to someone else and not me. Go ahead,
Khan, as he had done year by year.
As he had done year by year. He had done this previously. Previously, he had given every year, hey, man, listen, you know what? We got to pay tribute, you know what I'm saying, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. That's how, you know what I'm saying, these negotiations works. You understand? You got to make, look, you got to pay tribute. Why? What do you got to pay tribute for?
To keep the peace.
To keep the peace? What else, though? What's more specific to what this situation is right here? Not just keeping the peace, though. That is part of it, though. Not exactly. It kind of goes along with it. Give me more.
Trying to expand.
If the king of Assyria did not come to their aid, what would have happened? And then he would have what? They would have nothing, right? They wouldn't have anything, you know, to rule over. But here's how, you know what I'm saying, you know what? Maybe I can't rule over 2 kingdoms, but I can rule over 1 and I can take a tribute from you every year. We can do this, you know what I'm saying, for the next 5 years. We can do this for the next 10 years, however long, you know what I'm saying, he decided. Why? Because the ball was, as they say, is what? In his court. He had the cards to play to say, well, listen, I can come to your aid or I can wait. Let your kingdom fall and then I can take it off, right? But now I don't have to worry about that. Why? Because you came to me. You approached me. Go ahead, Yahanna.
So like it would be like, you know, like how different nations like aid each other in a sense, like they cooperate with each other cordially to trade different resources. And I'm trying to think of a specific word for it though, but you know, like North Korea would cooperate with Iran, you know, for different sources and to aid and help.
God, if we was to say, for example, America trying to get, oil, right? What's places that you can get oil from?
In the Middle East.
Okay, you can get it from the Middle East.
U.S. Emirates.
Or where else? Russia? Anywhere else? Huh? All right. So I can make a trade agreement to say that I'm going to go. So like, if I could, just for like 2 seconds, I'm going to go to the Middle East. You understand? And I'm going to do talks with the Middle East. You understand? At some point, maybe Russia comes over to me and says, "Well, why don't you do negotiations with me?" Well, if I've already made agreements, with the Middle East, and Russia approached me, I should typically do what? What should I do?
Would it be like, could you like negotiate, speak with me first though, because you was doing sources with me prior, but then Russia came through and then you're right. You should speak with me to see if there's,
I could definitely be upfront with someone I'm already doing business with. Hey, listen, man, look, I appreciate everything you're doing, of course. So we're going to keep this agreement going on, of course. But, listen, I just got approached by another vendor over here who's offering, said prices for this term. I ain't saying renegotiate or anything else, though. If you want to, by all means, put it on the table. But, when this comes over, it's boom, boom, boom. And you know what? The Middle East could respond and says, nah, you don't need to go to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? He can sit there and say, I'm BSing, I'm making it up, of course. I could be doing all types of stuff. But he could, oh, well, I appreciate you, know what I'm saying, being upfront with me about it. Instead of going behind my back and trying to undercut me, of course, though. Now, I got trade agreements, going on with the Middle East. I got trade agreements going on with, Russia, of course. So, and then here comes Africa. It's like, yo, don't forget about us, right? You know what I'm saying? So, it's there's a specific way that you want to conduct yourself, to maintain that order, maintain that peace, right? Instead, they can come together and try to, overtake and overthrow whatever I had going on. But at the end of the day, what happened? They went over to Assyria, spoke to the king of Assyria. Assyria came through and was like, hey, all right, look, man, I'm gonna come to your aid, of course, though. We've been cool, in times past, though. Let's go ahead and, do this. I'm going to have, this particular place over. I'm going to rule over this place, but you're going to give me a tribute every, year. We're going to do that, for 10 years. If I could, what's the whole series called? Vikings. What was it? Ivar, was going to go and take Kattegat or something like that, whatever back, from I don't know who, but from somebody. And he did it, right? Who did Hibbets, whatever his name is, Hibbets or something like that, his brother, go to? He went to his uncle. I was going to say Loki, but it was Lobo or something like that. No, I think it was Lobo. It was like Lobo or something like that.
But uncle that was on the other side.
That was over in the Franks,
Yeah.
Frankia. So he said, if we ever need it, Uncle said, come holler at him. So what did they do? Went holler at him. He came over. They took the kingdom, of course, though. But he didn't say what he wanted. But once he got there, I was like, when he started reading off the list of demands, I was like, God. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, dear uncle, you asked for, you demand a lot. And he said, what? Because I'm in the position to do so. Here it is, what happened? This army just came and what? Won this particular battle for them. So now you're going to pay me a tribute for as long as I tell you to. Otherwise, I will take this too. If I need aid and help, you're going to send. So now they're forever in, like this debt. They're forever in this, cycle of whatever else. Though, if you think about it today, what are some of those places like? Tell me about it.
Haiti, they didn't have a revolution. They said it was successful, but it wasn't because now they were the French like 150 million back then, which translates to like billions. and that's why they poor in the thing. They're not a poor country, they poor because they keep paying.
They have rich resources that they cannot control. They basically get pennies on the dollars. Where else is like that? You mentioned Haley.
But they only did that just to, I think, just to shut everybody else down, so nobody else.
So they don't rise
got
up?
to make that same move that they did.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be with the first people that rise up against them.
Of course. But who else is like that? Who else is
In
like that?
Africa.
Well, I don't know.
No, he mentioned Haiti.
I mean,
The Quad Design?
Some are like, as far as like America coming over trying to like dominate smaller countries, certain parts of the Middle East.
And then I can get Slovakia. I'm gonna put it like this. I care less about any of the other nations.
Oh,
I'm talking about our tribes. You understand?
Slovakia.
You got the
Okay.
Isle of Haiti. Go ahead.
Venezuela.
Thank you. You got Isle Haiti. You know what I'm saying? You got Venezuela. What's right next to Haiti? Where are they building a wall to?
Dominican.
The what?
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. You understand? So you got the Isle of Haiti, you got Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying? You got Venezuela.
It's like they're still trying to like deal with the Mexico situation, and they probably secretly try to like build a wall with it.
We don't give it to like it. The topic of this is the resources, though. The resources that are in, Haiti, the resources that are in Venezuela. Venezuela has great resources, natural resources. Dominican Republic have great natural resources. Yes. Well, that's a very delicate conversation. That's a delicate conversation because, of course, what happened? Russia tried to come in, you know what I'm saying? The whole Russian Missile Crisis, right? That was all part of that. But what the U.S., you know what I'm saying, has been in controls of the resources of other countries, of other, you know what I'm saying, nations, specifically our people. Northern and Southern, of course, though. The same way that we're reading about here. But now just imagine, I'm saying, if any of these nations, if any of these people try to cut a deal with somebody else, what's going to happen? What's happening in Haiti?
So they're having a civil war, right?
What happened just before that?
The people rebelled against the government.
They declared they got their independence, right?
Oh, they did.
Wasn't it Haiti? Where's Rihanna from? I'm sorry. Barbados? Okay. I'm sorry. But she was still made of what? She was made of what?
I don't understand how you mean she was made of.
An icon.
Oh.
For the independence, you know what I'm saying, from Queen and Country. Rihanna was made what? An icon. A saint. And look at what's going on, you know what I'm saying, in that region now. Makes you wonder, right? I could be inaccurate with some of the details. Go ahead.
A lot of the other countries, they've been trying to rebel against being under the Queen and them still too, and want their own independence too.
So if they take their foot off of their throats, if they take their foot off the heads of our people, what would happen?
Slovakia will be able to prosper.
We'll be able to rise up. We'll be able to build our own. We'll be able to establish our own infrastructures. If we stop joining ourselves to all the other nations, what will we be able to do? Take justice in our own hands and make our own demands. Just imagine if we stop with all the drugs and all the fake gang banging and thugging against one another. Hey, brother, listen, I know, you know what I'm saying, you and my brother got beef, of course, though. You know what? I'm still sour about, you know what I'm saying, the fact is that you killed my brother. However, because that man that he used to be is dead, that man that I used to be is dead, I now keep these laws, statutes, commandments. Me and this brother can sit here today. You understand? And have peace. That's something, ain't it? For you to be able to have peace, you know what I'm saying, when the two were at war. That's out of the scriptures. And you can build up a nation. You can build up, you know what I'm saying, a people. So now we don't have to go and say, well, we demand this. Okay, fine. Y'all don't want to give it to us? Okay, cool. We'll stop this trade agreement. That's it. We'll stop providing this for you. Okay, then. Then give me what I ask for. Give me what I require. What does that sound like? Sound like what the Most High says, right? Plain and simple. He demands that we keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Oh, you want to be like the other nations. You want to have other gods. You want to serve them and not me. Then I will kill all of your family, your entire lineage. I will wipe it out. You live short lives. That's just out of scripture, man. Simple. Go ahead, keep reading.
Oh, yeah, right here, present to the king of Syria, as he had done year by year. Therefore, the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison.
Go ahead.
5. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years.
And did what?
Besieged it 3 years.
Well, you started to show signs that you were going to rebel against me after, you understand? I've come over and taken it over. We fought against it. We quelled the rebellion initially. Now you going over to Egypt like, yo, what's good, Egypt? Nah. Go ahead.
6. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Uzan and in the cities of the Medes. 7.
So you can see right here, you know what I'm saying, what happened. This is, you know what I'm saying, the king of Judah, right? No, it's like it. Hoshea was the king of Israel. He was the king of Israel, of course, though, who went in, got the people, and took them where? Where did he take them? To Syria. This is your tribute now. I mean, keep reading.
6. In the 9th year of Hoshea's, the king of Assyria.
No. We're at verse 7.
Oh, Salaki.
You already read verse 6 because they had to take them and
Right.
put them in Halah, you know, in the harbor by the river goes on.
Khan, right. 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their
For the
God.
children of Israel had did what?
Sinned against the Lord their God.
There you go. What happens every time we sin?
Worse than the nation against us.
Right. I mean, we could have been disciplined enough to say, I'm not going to have these peep shows, right? I'm not going to turn my women into whores, my daughters into whores, my children, you know what I'm saying, into slut buckets, whatever else, though, right? We could definitely do that. But that almighty dollar, come on, man. Like, we have enough resources on the face of the earth that we can share with one another and never, you know what I'm saying, be in need of anything.
That's like when I was reading Exodus. I was showing God was just, to me at least, he was flexing with all his powers. And no matter what he did, at the end of the day, once he was saving from something here, and they go out in the desert somewhere in the wilderness and something else happened, he had to come up and show them something great again in order for them to, they lose their whole belief when something bad come down on them.
Yeah, you would think, you know what I'm saying, that I'm going to use this as someone who's from the streets, you know what I'm saying, who's out banging and whatever else, though. As you get older, you tend to say, nah, this ain't for me anymore. You tend to say, I don't desire that lifestyle, right? I don't desire, you know what I'm saying, the ducking bullets and whatever else. What I just read the other day about a 17-year-old that got shot in the throat. A 17-year-old shot in the throat. And here's the thing about it, was midday, 2:30 in the afternoon, 17-year-old arrives, you know what I'm saying, at the hospital from being shot in the throat. I mean, I don't know what's going on. You think, you know what I'm saying, I want to be 25 ducking bullets. I want to be 30 ducking bullets. I want to be 40 ducking bullets. Well, anybody saw the, what is it? It was not the Grammys, the Academy Awards or whatever it is. I think it was the Academy Awards. Anybody saw Eddie Murphy? Anybody hear his speech? Okay, I'm not talking about the Will Smith joke either. I'm not talking about the Will Smith, you know what I'm saying, you know, keep my wife stay. That was actually whatever. People might take offense to that, but whatever. He's a comedian. He stated that he's been in this industry for 40 years. 40 years. What was one of the first movies he did? Beverly Hills Cop. And there's a new Beverly Hills Cop or something like that coming out. This is the last one. And he goes, this is it. This is it. You know what I'm saying? He did the whole Michael Jackson. This is it. Why? What was his response? Anybody know? Yeah, you see it.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
He stated that I'm 61 years old. I was running, you know what I'm saying, full sprints, you know, flipping and y'all seen Beverly Hills Cop? It's an action-based movie. What's his name? I almost said Wesley Snipes. Eddie Murphy's like, I'm 61 years old. He said, I'm not doing these stunts. He said, when he went to the director and they did it, he's like, don't worry about it. They put the stunt double in. But he's like, there's some stuff that he still had to do. He had to jump and flip and this and that. 61 years old. I can't be doing stuff that I was 20 at the age of 60. You understand? Like, this is you grow in age, of course, though. Your mind says, no, the risks, the warnings, whatever else, though. But you got hoes out here who's like, well, I didn't do that when I was younger, but I'm going to do it now. I'm a cougar for life. And then you're going to tell other young ladies how to do that. To get their box busted wide open, you know what I'm saying, 18, 19, 20. And then in the early 20s, of course, so now when no man really desires her. That's something. The same thing was going on back then. You had those who did not want to let go, who did not want to turn away from the wickedness, you know what I'm saying, that was going on. You out here, you know, doing all types of, you know, wickedness, but guess what? The Most High is going to judge you for it. And guess what happened to them? They put them in captivity. They went into captivity. Others may have died, but we are in captivity till this day. We're in captivity right now. Talk about I'm free. You're a fool for walking around here thinking that you're free. Can you choose not to get up and go to work? Because if you don't, you know what I'm saying, it's wintertime. It's wintertime, isn't it? What do you need right now? Right. Just make sure you raise your hand. Go ahead, Al.
Shelter.
What happened in Buffalo?
Major snowstorm, and unfortunately 40 people died in the storm.
40 people died. A 22-year-old nurse died in her car trying to take shelter and stay warm during during the snowstorm. That storm was brought on by the Most High. You understand? They see all the stuff that goes on in Buffalo, in Rochester, in Syracuse, in Utica, in Ithaca, in Rome, Binghamton. Keep on going, of course, all throughout, you know what I'm saying, New York State. The Most High sees what's going on and sees what's happening, of course. But are you going to change? Are you going to turn back? Are you going to stop, you know what I'm saying, going into the freedom, you know what I'm saying, that allows you to break the laws of the Most High? There is no law that says that two men have to be, you know, lovers of themselves. The law in the U.S. says that it's okay and it's acceptable. But the law of Most High, the law of this Bible, does it say that that's okay? I think that we're supposed to turn back. This is what we're reading in the scriptures, right? Read verse 7.
7. For so it was that the children,
Read aloud, huh?
Come. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God.
Whose God?
Their God.
We sinned against our God, the Most High. Keep reading.
Which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt.
Going back into that Egypt, right? The Most High had shown his power by causing, you know what I'm saying, all those plagues. A nation like Egypt is, so great and mighty with technology and everything else, though. For all of you who wants to sit here and talk about the greatness of Africa, for all you who wants to talk about that, the God of Egypt, or the gods of Egypt, stood no chance against the God of Israel. Understand that. So go ahead and be African if you want to. The God of this Bible is not the God of the Egyptians. It's the God of the Israelites. That is a bloodline, by the way. Nobody can just join into this. The God of the Egyptians were utterly, you know what I'm saying, put to shame. Oh man, that's your God? You know what I'm saying? Imagine seeing, you know, your God getting beat up. Your protector getting, you know what I'm saying, clowned in front of all to see. Your God allowing your child to be killed by another God. And this is publicly. It's not private. It's not, you know, to the side. Everybody can see what's going on. Well, this happened in Egypt. And of course, we want to go back and say, we're African, we're this. Shut your simple behind up. Sit down in class, raise your hand, ask a question, of course, though, and just go from there. We're just reading out of the Bible. That's it. It's simple. The God of this Bible is the God of the Israelites. The 12 tribes of Israel. And of course, we looked and turned to the other gods. We started to fear the God of, we started to fear Horus. Who was it? Imhotep. Anubis. Who was it? Newt. You know what I'm saying? Like, we started to fear, you know, gods that have no real power. They're like a puppet show. According to the God of the Bible, that's blasphemy. That's blasphemous. You're going to say, oh, the God of Israel has no power, but, you know, Netanyahu, you know what I'm saying, you know, is the God that we should be following. You know what I'm saying? The cow God is who we should be serving. Or even that we should be worshiping Shiva. Oh, yeah. This is other gods, other nations. And for that, the children of Israel did sin. Finish that off.
Khan, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods.
There you go. We feared other gods instead of fearing the Most High. You understand? And that, of course, you know what I'm saying, caused us to be punished for it. So so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know what I'm saying, you know, make sure y'all turn back. Y'all don't know the answer. You think you know the answer. Just come here, raise your hand, Salakia. I got a question. Can you break this down? Can you explain that? Or how do you explain this? Or how do you explain that? Shoot, we be going into it all day, every day. You understand? Like there's not this brothers can come and have conversations, you know, oh well, how do you explain, you know, what is it? The division of his seed and thy seed. Oh, you talking about Genesis, what is it, 3 and 2 or something like that? Well, let's go to it and read it. Let's break it down. Oh, okay. So the woman's seed is talking about a woman being raising up her children, you know what I'm saying, versus okay. Well, how can you explain the snake in the garden? Well, let's break it down. Let's go to the precept. You understand? That's it. That's all you got to do. Like, I mean, I talked to some of these brothers, you know what I'm saying, for some time. This brother here, I talked to what? About 4 or 5 years back? You know what I'm saying? He hit me up one day. It's like, hey, man, listen, I'm trying to change my life. That's Most High in Christ. You understand? Most High, you know what I'm saying, see fit that the brother made it to this point, of course, though, so that he could make that change. Other brothers and sisters are not here today. They weren't given that chance. They weren't given that opportunity. Or Slakia, they don't have that opportunity in this life. Maybe the next life, sure. What was it? We was reading about the young brother that got shot and killed over in Rochester. At the vigil, they shoot up the vigil. His baby moms, you know what I'm saying, get shot. I think his sister, who was just like 8 or 9 years old, or no, his cousin got shot. And it's like, seriously, y'all that vengeful? Like, man, turn back to these laws, statutes, commandments, you know what I'm saying, of the Most High. Listen, that's it for time. You know, we over time, so we're gonna just go ahead and go over prayers, of course, though. Salakia. If y'all want more, of course, though, tune into the regular classes. You understand? Regular classes, you know, of course, and we can break all this down. With that, Amijah. Before you out the door, turn face to east. What is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew?
God. The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat
Shemaya.
Dash.
Hayah.
I.S.U.P.K. Yahweh. Malakwaka.
Malachaka.
Taba'ah. Ratazaka.
Ratazayaka.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Barataza.
Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayo.
Latana.
Lanawa.
Latana.
Laka'am.
Lakam.
Ka. Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak. Lanawa.
Wasalak now.
Kawa. Wanawa.
Kawawaki now.
Kazak. Lanawa.
Kawawaki now.
Kawa. Wadiyanawa. Salaki. Kawa. Wadiyanawa. Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabaya'a nawa.
Tabayai now.
Banasan yawa.
Manasayawa.
Abba.
Abba.
Hawashad nawa.
Hawashai now.
Salaki. Hawashad nawa.
Hawashai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai. Kaya.
Why Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahatapa'ara.
Wahatapara.
La'aiwa layam.
Well, I love you.
Amma.
Amen. In English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And let us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. So, sisters, Yeshavia, you may be seated. On courage salute to the brothers of Israel. Amijah, my Shabbat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Rakathon. There's Mattah, Saul, one courage salute to sisters. Majid, Mashba, Majid, Barak, Yahweh Shema Al Bashem Yahushua, Yazmatah. Class dismissed. Anybody that wants to be anointed, please come stand to the front of the class.